Hello, everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean, and please welcome my very special co host, Val from Dragonfly Crystals. Hi, Val.
Hi, Sun Psychic Jean. Thank you for having me on. And I love this topic,
Isn't it?
transcendence.
It is exciting. Transcendence, everybody.
Yes.
Transcendence 2025. And Val and I are going to be picking it apart and trying to define it, provide examples, and really dive deep into what this all means. And I know that I have been uh, just I can't get enough information about this transcendence. And I know for sure that my incarnation here on earth, other than to be a loving wife and daughter and family member, is to be a carrier or a an what would you call that? Somebody who teaches other people and
A
who
way
carries other
shower. A
people.
way
A
shower.
way shower. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
absolutely. Yeah, I
I'm a
love
way
that.
shower. Yep, yep. And I think that all of you here that are watching at now or watching later are also here for this reason, to be
Mm,
here in this point in time for this transcendence that we're going to be going through, this transformation from 3D through 4D into 5D. And that's what we call Transcendence 2025.
yeah.
Ooh, um, Okay. And let me just go ahead and pop up the first banner. And everybody, welcome. Thank you all for being here. I see Venus, Sarah, Sherry Mo, Leah, Lois, LJ, Jessica. So nice to see everybody. Maria. And if there's any moderators, just let everybody know that we're going to be talking about
Mhm.
Transcendence 2025 today. Happy Sunday, everybody. So nice to see you. Um, So let me just pop up the first banner that I wanted. Hey, Scott, nice to see you. So, what we'd like to start off by talking about is what is the meaning of transcendence? Jean, what are you guys talking about when you say transcendence? It's the existence or experience beyond the normal, which is which is normal around here, right?
It
Or
is.
beyond the physical. And it's like the possibility of spiritual transcendence in the modern world. It's beyond normal and beyond physical. And we also call this the quantum, beyond space and time is the quantum. And I know that a lot of you have been familiar with all of the readings, all of the Akashic Record readings, connecting with your um, guides and the galactic family and your angels. All of this falls under connecting and bringing through this energy and embodying the transcendence and bringing it forward into this existence, into this incarnation, I would say.
Hmm. Absolutely. And it it's happening right now for everyone. And this really, we're talking about this just so we look at what's in front of us and realize, oh, it's happening for me. This is happening, that's happening, that's happening. So to give you some pointers and things to look at, and also to bring forward for yourself to enhance and speed along that parting of the 3D illusionary stuff, allowing you to stay in this eternal now moment, which is where your power is and where you will manifest more rapidly everything
That's
that we're talking about. So,
that's a good point. You said 3D is the illusionary.
yeah.
And can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah.
And
So, yeah, the third density schoolroom Earth that we have created is really a place where we designed for our consciousness to experience duality. And so, as we are progressing, as we are transcending this dimensional space and time for the first time ever, as an Earth School embodied soul group, we are transcending that need for the third dimensional reality that we constructed here. So it's a grand graduation. It is something that it's taken us this long. Finally, we are here. And I think, Jean, you mentioned backstage, we've been doing this from when? Go ahead, 2000.
It was 2012 when the end of the Mayan calendar, and they all thought that that was the end of time.
Yeah.
And why did it stop? Why did the Mayan calendar not progress past that? It's because we're moving into a new world, so to speak, or a new reality, or a new vibration and frequency, a
Yes.
new dimension. Okay, and also we made it through the COVID era and that time, and all of that shakeup and all of that change, and became more interested in where we all came from, why we're all here, and what does it mean to be a human here on Earth if all of these things are happening around us, and to connect to the spiritual world, which when we're moving through all of those big changes on this planet, we're forced to level up or to raise our vibration and to connect to the higher realms and the higher vibration and densities. And the higher realms are also able to communicate and connect with us, and influence us in certain ways as well.
Absolutely. And that's really like our guides, our angels, beings of light, and being that we are all one. That is like little aspects of divine source that we have as sort of templates, or as we are kind of that energy from divine source doing their little aspects. And so they're there to assist us, to work with us, to help us. And the multidimensional nature that we are, we have access to our lifetimes, our concurrent lifetimes, because there is no linear time. So all of this is part of that transcendent energy of 2025, a lot of expansion. So you might be accessing memories from past, what we consider past lifetimes in our 3D construct, but is really a concurrent lifetime. So in the spiral of time, you're just jumping in, glimpsing into the different timelines, which is natural. It's a natural thing, actually, for us to do. And we've been doing it. We just didn't realize that's what it was. When you have these memories of something familiar, when you come across something, or you hear a name, or you visit a different country and you have this familiarity, all of this is merging into the timelines. And at the end of the day, those will all coalesce and collapse into this one now.
And you said, Val, that we are multidimensional energy. And you said the multidimensional energy that we are, and you're not talking about just you and I up here on the screen with our faces on the screen. Who are the we that you're talking about?
Well, I mean, multidimensional being that we are, as these sparks from divine source that came, whether it's the angelic realm or whether it's the beings who have transcended this cycle, the ascended masters, or whether it's the galactic beings who are in multi-dimensional states, because some of them just come in from different dimensions and show up. So all of that is us. We are in these different concurrent lifetimes, living our galactic lifetimes, living our lifetimes as ascended masters. We actually, many are embodied upon the planet now who actually have that mastery level, but they want to be here. So a concurrent lifetime running now is you embodied here in this vehicle, experiencing this grand transcendence where you will now allow yourself to see yourself as the light you are, and that you are now going to allow yourself to embody all of that while you are in a physical vehicle, which has never happened before in our Earth history, or however many iterations of Earth we have had, this is the grand awakening, the grand transcendence of this 3D construct that we created. So,
And some people call that bringing heaven on earth,
yes,
right?
it
And
is.
the unobtainable is now obtainable, or the all of those happy, beautiful manifestation. And I did bring through a message just recently this week from a woman's brother. And he said, "I'm okay now. Don't worry about me. I'm doing well." And he said he feels light. And he says he has a job over there. And he says he's saying that he can just think and intend to help somebody, or to send a message, or to send blessings, or to be at a certain place. And he says it's really neat. All I have to do is think about it and I'm there. This is what he's telling her. And then he turns to me and he goes, and he tells his sister, he goes, "You can do this too. All
It's
we have to do is believe it, think about it, intend it, and it comes." And this is what bringing heaven to earth.
This is absolutely accurate. And you only have to look at somebody like Babaji, for instance, and I have his photo here, who is an embodied master who's never left Earth, whether you believe it or not. And he can be anywhere at one time. He can be multiple places at one time. This is everything we can do, but we're not having to become yogic masters to do this. This is our natural state. And as your channeling showed, it demonstrated this is available to us now. The telepathic communication, the ability to be multiple places at once, the ability to be somewhere the minute you think it. All of these things are our natural state of being as energetic beings of light. So this is happening for real. This is really happening. So
it really validated for me. And it really took me back when he was, and I was just trying to relay the message, and he was describing that. And when he changed and turned and said, "You can do this too," it blew me away. I was just amazed.
It's
And
just like
it is what
it's
they do in heaven, we can bring here on earth.
And it's just like Yeshua or Sananda, or as we have known him, Jesus said, these things and more you can do. He wasn't kidding when he did all the things that we thought were miracles, or did the things, manifesting things out of thin air. Yes, all these things you can do. Absolutely, 100%. He was just showing us, demonstrating that you are not just this body, that we're here to actually transcend. This is what we were here for from the beginning, to transcend this. And transcend this, meaning third density illusionary stuff. How long will it take us to remember we're divine love? We're the energy of divine source. And that there is no separation between us and anything, a rock, mineral, a being, a galactic being, a bunny rabbit, whatever it is. Mother Earth, the planets, everything, the universe, the stars, we are all of that in that infinite field, in that quantum field.
The source light energy is in all of us, which makes us all one.
It makes us all one.
Absolutely. Let me just see if I have. So one of the definitions that I had for transcendence is a state of being that has overcome the limitations of physical existence. By some definitions, it has also become independent of the physical existence. So overcome the limitations. This is the bringing the heaven on earth.
Yeah.
Overcoming limitations. The 3D says you can't put your hand through the wall because it's solid, and it's a physical existence. There's limitations to this. But with transcendence, with raising our vibration and changing our energy, we can do this. Just like if a master karate would break
Yes.
the board
Lord.
with their hand, they can do it if they transcend and believe that they can do it, and the force, and also become independent of it. You can be independent from all of this physical 3D energy or illusion around us. We can become independent of it, and we can have this peace inside of ourselves.
Yeah,
And how to go ahead.
I'm sorry, Jean. I just love what you said about the peace inside of ourselves, because all of this chaos all around is also meant to draw us inward, to go in and seek that kingdom of heaven within, say it like that. But it is that peace and oneness and unity, that wholeness that we are, and to focus on who we are. And that is that connection to everything that entails all of these things that we're talking about transcendence, which actually requires a little bit of refocusing, so that you don't go to old thought. Well, you can go to old thought patterns and they can come up absolutely 100%. Allow them to do so. The ego is part of this construct, and welcome it in. Never reject anything. Always embrace it all, no matter what's showing up in your life. That is the way of flow. And when your mind goes to things that happened yesterday or the day before, just bring it back to the eternal now moment, because this is where your power is, and the power of unity, love, and that peace that you have. So it's just refocusing, and suddenly you'll stop a lot of that going in the past or going in the future. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? That means you don't trust your nature. The divine source, the infinite sea of possibilities, is bringing you everything you need, everything you're bringing forward, manifesting it faster and faster. So being clear about what you want to bring in and allow. So expansion is 2025. Opening and allowing that expansion in the greatest possible way would be you focusing on this eternal now moment and going inside for that peace.
What we focus on grows. What
Yeah.
we focus on, we create. So it's and it sounds very simple and say, well, Jean, I've tried that, it doesn't work. Well, this is new energy. This is new manifestation. This is we have a lot more energies that are moving us towards this, and assistance and experience. But I think it's amazing that this is the first time that we're asked to make this change
Mhm.
from a ego blind, and we're just
Yeah.
blinded, and we're sort of like believing we're this ego person, and that we have this egoic observation, and that we're allowing our soul's vibration, our higher essence of ourself, to come in and work through this incarnation and live in the peace and the serenity and the energy of the heavenly realms, higher vibration, and bring it through this existence, this incarnation, and express it as a human here on earth, but allowing the light and the knowing through us. I don't know. It's really I'm trying to think of many different ways to explain it to, or to say it, or to share it, because it'll trigger or bring up a memory or have a aha moment for each of you differently. But
Yes.
some of the ways that we can do this, and you can
Mhm.
say, well, Jean, I'm already doing that. This is what we're trying to say. You're already doing it.
Yeah,
Being
exactly.
being out in nature is being in the now moment and connecting with the highest vibration. Nature is constant, it's reality, it's supportive, it is vitality. Being out in nature, also engaging in some form of spiritual practice. So what are we doing here? This show is a spiritual practice. Doing readings, getting readings, and watching different spiritual shows is a spiritual practice. Also meditating, but we all know meditating is something a little bit different. It's not the lock yourself away for 5 hours and don't talk to anybody. Meditating is it's you can work with it. It comes in many different forms, and we allow it into our life, coming in and out of our life, this meditative type of frequency or state of mind. And it could be anything.
I love what you're saying. And I just want to say, interject really quickly, what you said about the energies are here to support us now. All these higher frequencies coming in are actually catalysts to help us expand and transcend everything. So everything's working for us, even if things come up in our awareness that we go, oh, what am I seeing that for? Just allow it in, because it's just to, pop out. And as you go through your transcendence, remember, you can still have these things show up in front of you or in your mind. Just let it be, embrace it, and let it flip by and stay in the eternal now, because you're still the divine source being, creator God being that you came in as. You are that light. That's who you are. You're already that. You don't have to do anything. You already are all of that whole light. So I love that you pointed that out, that we're being assisted with so many astrological alignments, so many vibrational activations coming in from our angels, guides, even galactic beings are up there helping away. So,
yeah. So Suzanne says it's like reprogramming ourselves. And it's similar, but I would say remembering that we're not programmable, that the program used to be in the 3D, but this existence is not programmable. It is a natural state of being, of the light being, of the, and remembering that once was what we're letting go of, what is the program.
And that's why I like to say unhooking from the 3D matrix. It's not a program. You're not a program. So you're unhooking from the program so that you don't have that automatic mass consciousness filter going through. You're just your God source beingness. And where do you focus on your divine source energy and that unity? And what does that bring you? Everything around you is like heaven on earth, because you see the synchronicities, the sacred and beautiful meaning to everything. Even when things, you don't want to give it a meaning, you don't want to box it in, but you see it and go, wow. You just go, wow. Because the 3D likes to put things in a box. It likes to name things. It likes to, and the minute you do that, you just kind of distort it. That's why light language was one of the beautiful things that were developed to make sure that people heard the truth without words.
Ooh.
or with the light language hand gestures, or whatever that light language is for different people, singing. That is one way to bypass that language distortion. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Leah says, a giant voice just said to her, we create as we go. That's right.
Yes, exactly. Very true.
That's right. And I love the non-attachment, and that you don't change it, you don't possess it, you don't even resist it. You just observe it, because everything is brought into our lives in a grand orchestration. The universe has, orchestrated all of these happenings and events around us to assist us in this transcendence. So know that everything is working in our favor. And if your car battery dies and it doesn't start, it's in your favor. There's a reason. Everything is working for us. Everything is supporting us. Everything is moving us towards this new transcendence and this new non-duality, this non don't resist and don't own and don't what is the like gathering and
Yeah.
holding on to things, no possessions, and this going with the flow and enjoying the experience. We're supposed to be here on earth as a human experiencing, not
Mhm.
collecting or holding on to or carrying baggage or worrying about the future.
Yeah.
Our soul came here to experience all of this.
Yeah.
It's all an experience. Not to say that we don't have things that we love, that we cherish, that we, want to try and achieve. There are these things, but it is the soul's expression. It is through the soul's eyes and the soul's energy that we're moving through this.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And it's really true. That is beautiful energy to remember that as things occur in your life, it's all for you. The universe has your back. You are here to experience everything that you put on your divine plan path, however that is that you decide to implement it. That is part of your free will. The divine plan path is a set thing. Some people think that you can change it. I don't know if you can or not. But I do know one thing, that you're here to enjoy everything that you are creating, and creating on your divine plan path is that sweet spot where you feel joy in your heart, knowing you're getting up, doing what you want to do, what you feel good about doing. And you know when that's happening. But every path you go on is going to be the right path, because there is no other way. It's all going to flow to your remembering,
Yeah.
no matter what.
And authenticity is something that is very telling
Yeah.
that you're evolving and moving towards the new dimension and through your transcendence. The more authentic, the less you feel the need to put on airs to either make people feel comfortable or to not rock the boat. It's your authenticity, and not that you're going to be, you know, throwing any of this in anybody's face, but you're not going to be compromised if
Yeah.
somebody says something to you that is not congruent in your reality. You're going to say, I agree to disagree. You're going to be authentic no matter what you do or say. Also, time has a huge a component in this. That time
Mhm.
is no longer going to be what it used to be. Time is changing, morphing, and the laws around time. And because it's all a construct, it's going to change, and it's going to morph, and it's going to um, just not be it's not we're not going to be held to the same measurement that we once were of this time, because we're going to be in this new existence
Mhm.
and this new vibration where time isn't really playing a part in this existence or this experience and watching things flow through. It is also fear. We're going to realize that fear is an illusion. We're going to see fear sort of like, well, that doesn't really make any sense, and that there's no reason to fear, because there is no there. Like it has no substance. It's all just an illusion, or just it's all just words or talk or an idea, but that's all it is. It's a thought form, and we can just move that right out of our way and continue on our path.
I
Um,
I love what you just said, Jean, about well, that doesn't make sense, because what happens when you have fear, false evidence appearing real, and you look at it with a little bit of logic? Oh, that doesn't make sense, or it doesn't make sense to your heart. It doesn't make sense in some way. All of a sudden, truth turns fear into light. I mean, because what fear is just something that you don't know the whole picture of. That's all it is. And in this 3D matrix, everything is light, everything is God, and all is just there to have us be, um, have these flashpoints where we wake up about what those things are. So when you're looking at something that doesn't resonate and you're going, oh, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, those are the places that truth will be showing more of it, more enlightenment of that, whatever it is. So enlightenment, bringing the light of truth to all those things. So I just love that.
We'll be able to see through it. It won't resonate with us. We'll be like, there's no,
and it won't
there's
hit
no
you in the
there.
gut, where you get the fear thing. That I haven't felt that in years, but that is until just recently something. It wasn't that I had a visceral reaction to something, but I tapped into that feeling of what that feels like again, and I reminded me of just never of allowing everything that comes in front of you with a good eye of discernment, and realizing that if you're triggered there in your solar plexus or your second chakra or your root chakra, any of those lower three chakras, not no, nothing's an but it is a gift for you to allow yourself to see more light in that particular topic, or what is it about that? So
it's a reflection.
Yeah. So that's a good pointer to maybe you need to deep breathe to let go of some of that, turn off the news, whatever that may be that's happening, and understand that you don't have to tap in and hook your energy into any of that stuff. You already know about all that stuff. You don't have to focus on it. It. And as you send light out to the world, and as you are light, as you are that light you're shifting the world amazingly, just showing up in that way. So it's a beautiful thing.
Well, Sherry brought this up, and I thought this was really a practical question. And you said not cleaning the house. And it wouldn't be that cleaning the house wouldn't be there, but the resistance to cleaning the house, the joy and the lightness and the energy that you will exist when you have the house that is perpetually clean and updated, and the vibration of the house. You know how once you have all the rooms done and you have all that smell and all the dust gone, and you open up the windows and you have that higher vibration, it'll be something that is part of your natural process and goal towards raising your own vibration. It won't be a drudgery. Your perspective will change about this. So things will be a daily routine, but the perspective of it and the drudgery and the resistance to it will all change.
Yeah, I love that. And it's really true that even things like vacuuming and doing dusting lift the vibration up. You can feel it when you come into a room that's been newly cleaned from the day before. You feel that shift immediately. It's a very interesting thing. And I don't know if it's you shifting your energy while you're cleaning or what is going on, but that somehow energy is getting cleaned at the same time you're vacuuming or dusting or whatever you're doing. It's pretty interesting.
I think that it's important to be aware of the frequency and vibration around our thoughts. Our thoughts are really manifesting faster than, it's not just that you're manifesting a Rolls Royce in the driveway. That's not, our manifesting is our thoughts. And if we have fears and if we focus on these fears and we say, I hope I don't trip, I hope I don't trip, guess what? You're probably going to trip because you keep focusing on the tripping. So it's really our thoughts and our fears are manifesting around us. So the more we say, I am protected, I am taken care of, everything is working in my highest good, I am a light being and a light worker here experiencing life on earth, and I am expressing my soul's desires. And it's really important to keep our focus and keep
Yeah.
our the thoughts really in a higher vibrational. And anything that you're resisting is what used to be in the 3D that we don't want to let go of, and you feel like a resistance to it. Something that comes up that you feel a resistance towards is for you to work on and to let go, and to evolve past that. And not evolve past, but work on not
Harmonizing it.
there's
Yeah.
like that connection that we make or holding on to it. It's allowing it to move through, and going with the flow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So harmonizing everything you're in resistance to creates a synergy, a flow. And when you're resisting, it's like pushing against something. And so that's why no matter what it is, just let it flow. Let it flow. Even if you only get up and vacuum one room or whatever it is, dust one table, that is still going to move the energy forward, and you will be out of that kind of stuck energy. So yeah, it's all about us allowing to be in the flow and to let go of allow. It's don't being in resistance creates more resistance, and that's not a fun. It's not that fun, but I mean, it serves its purpose. Let's say it that way. Um, when I'm in resistance to doing something, yeah, doesn't it feel good when you do it, when you finally get it done and you go, why did I hem-ha around so long? Oh, it feels so good, and it's like a burden off your shoulders. So, yeah.
That's how dense the thought around that, and the procrastination, and the fear, or that resistance that you're talking about is a very heavy energy. It's easier said than done, but these are the practices. This is why we're walking through this actual evolution. It's not that we end, one life ends, and then we come back in a new evolved experience. They need us as souls here, as a human existence, to go through the evolution while we're still here in this existence. And this is, like Val said, it's the first time it's ever been done, but this is why we're here. This is why everything that's happened to us in our lives has happened up until this point. And this is why you're here, and you're questioning, and you're interested, and you're looking, and you're wondering, and you're feeling. These things are just leading you through this. There's nothing, you came equipped. You have everything with you and inside of you that you need in order to move through this in a in a manner of ease. You have everything already. We're all here, and everything that you are, everything that you think is important for us to carry through this moment. And it's just keeping with the flow, not getting stagnant, no analysis paralysis. Allow and letting go of that. You said the allowance of things that come up that are not, we'd feel like, how could I allow that my car's not going to start out in the driveway? Why would I ever allow that? It's important to trust that everything is working in our favor. And if we do that, we let go of the resistance or the judgment of it. And whenever you find yourself in judgment, that is you not going along with the flow. And it's really it's once you start allowing that flow to come in and not resisting what is, it really starts coming in a stream, and you feel like you're in a current, and you feel like you're being carried, and you're being shown, and you're being awakened.
Absolutely. I love that picture of that. And I have to say that your power, the power of you, the power of your divine source energy, the power of your light is so big that you just don't even realize how fast things are going to manifest as you keep your awareness on something wonderful you want to bring in, something wonderful you want to create. You are going to be blown away at how fast it manifests. So that is why focusing on what you want to bring in is the most important thing, because of your powerful energy, and it's amping up more and more and more. So that is a really primary consideration in this process that we're going through. And never forget that you are a way shower. You are someone who creates a template. This wave of people here now are creating a pathway for others that will very smoothly, like a highway, it's paving the highway. And all the others who come after us will be like, and then pretty soon it'll be like a jet or like a rocket ship. So when you're doing new things like this transcendence, there are so many multidimensional reasons why you are here, why you chose to be here now to do this grand experiment that we are doing. It is the most exciting thing. The galactic beings are up there going, oh man, even people who crossed over are all like, they're excited. Everybody is excited about what we're going through. So being able to be here now is a really beautiful thing to be grateful for, that we brought forward for ourselves. Take every opportunity as a gift, whether it's the car that doesn't start in the morning, or whether it's, your I don't know, maybe you woke up and you had a sore throat. Maybe that day you needed to rest. You don't know the bigger reason why you are bringing forward what you are, but know that it is always for your highest good in the highest timeline and for the highest good of humanity, working together.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes they're a little bit of a test to see, oh, is she attached to her car starting? Oh, how is she going to react to this? Let's burn her dinner and see how she reacts when her dinner is burned, and they're going to test you and see how much you're attached to things and outcome, and how much you say, okay, everything's working in my favor.
Yeah.
And there's also, it's really, we all have it within us. We all are here already, and we have what it takes within us. And what it takes is that to know that we're not here alone. And I want you to go back and count how many times Val said we. She says we. She calls herself we, because she knows we are all one. It's all we. Every transcendent being, or sentient being, is a we. And we're not here to go through this alone. We're here to be guided with the help of our higher self, with the connection to our soul's experience, our soul's intelligence, and the guidance of the angels and spirit guides and masters on the other side. This is why they're all urging us: get in touch with your own soul's vibration, get in touch with your own spirit guides and angels, because this is what we're going to need to work with tools in order to walk through this period in history. And it's all here. We're not alone, and we're not alone with each other either. It's important to reach out to friends or acquaintances and build a little community of like-minded individuals around you. That we're not alone. And I love that you say we all the time, Val. I don't know if you realized it.
I do say we all the time because, I think of us as a collective and especially in this community. But I do think of us as we're all like this beautiful soul group here on earth doing this together. And how I just can't focus on any other way. We definitely are one, um, as we were spun off from divine source and created, we all were created at the same time. We are that source together. So we're all little pieces of ourselves everywhere, and not the personality, but the soul energy, which actually is a monad of souls. So a group of souls. And when, of course, you're in that divine source energy, you lose that sense of us being an individuated soul and become the whole, which is it's even grander. But we haven't gone back to do that. We are still in this individuated state to when we do remerge, it is that experience. But we probably won't because we're into infinity. We've been doing this because we are gathering information for divine source. And this experience is endless. And once we come from this galactic universe, it'll be another. And then there's another, and then another. And we can't even imagine how microscopic we are in this multiverse when it's really hard to conceive how big all of this really is. And if you pop out of all of this, there's probably something above all that. I mean, above meaning just endless cycles of understanding and shifting and growing. So
I think it's amazing. I'm thinking about the human ego, and I'm thinking how when they were creating the ego for survival and for to carry us through and to lead us, it was never a dream that it would evolve to the point at which it has and overtake the human experience and the soul's desire or the awareness of the soul, that the ego has you know been imbalanced. And so the last thing here that I wanted to bring up about the transcendence
mhm,
is transcendence refers to the very highest and most inclusive levels of human consciousness, behaving and relating as ends rather than means to as a means to the end rather than in the means, to
mhm,
oneself, to significant others, to human beings, and much, much more. Um, it's the very highest and most inclusive level of human consciousness. So, human consciousness is our thoughts and beyond. It's our the connection to the consciousness of all, and the consciousness of the higher realms is our consciousness. So, connecting with this um, collective consciousness is our true what we've always meant to achieve is the collective consciousness and embodying that consciousness. And it really is, it sounds like it's so much farther than where you might be or I might be, but it really is like the very next moment. It really is within our reach, within our grasp, within our understanding.
mhm.
And it's almost like they're saying, it's right in front of you. It's right there. Just hang on to it. And they're saying, keep going. It's right there. And I can feel this urgency and this direction and this guidance of just allow these things to guide you, allow us to guide you, allow the connection to work through all of us, and
Mhm.
allow me to be the way that, or to be the way shower, and also to be a tool or a in service of this outcome.
Right.
Um,
I love that. I love that. And I was going to say, and here on Earth in this construct, we have mass consciousness. So there are many levels of consciousness, as we know. As we expand our awareness, we have the levels of consciousness, and the one you're talking about is that unity consciousness, Christ or Buddha consciousness. That's where we're evolving to. So as we unhook from the mass consciousness, that would include the fear and all of that stuff going on, the chaos level, and then we hook into a broader awareness, however many levels of consciousness there are, and we allow ourselves to tap into that unity consciousness. Sometimes we tap in and then we pull back out and tap in. So, like in times of meditation, when you cry and you feel that at 1 minute, you're in there, you're tapped in. And finally, over a short amount of time during this lifetime we all have, this will be a normal consciousness for us. It won't be something that we're working toward. We are that, and we're just going to let ourselves be. And all of this is allowing us to be who we are while we're in the body. And that's pretty much basically what it's all about. But that is heaven on earth. Absolutely.
and I believe that a huge part of us achieving this goal and reaching this point is how much we can let go.
Yeah.
And that's the really hard part, because that attachment is really a 3D kind of energy attachment, and letting go of the attachment of whatever it might be for you, and to let go of what was, and the way things used to work, and the way that you think people used to think, and the way that people used to behave, or the way that the world worked, or the way that time worked.
Yeah.
Letting go and allowing for something new to evolve, and it will allow us to come through this next step with a little bit more ease, with a little bit more wonderment. And it really is, it's up to each and every one of us. Everybody is at a different point in our lives and understanding and awareness. But if we all help to support one another and help to let go, I mean, it's I can't even think of an example of what used to be, I don't know. Like when we used to have to bring our lunch to school or something, and
Whatever it
like,
is, or women used to have to wear dresses everywhere because they weren't pants for a woman wasn't accepted, for instance, or it doesn't matter. Whatever it was, and whatever you held in your heart as sacrosanct or whatever, is getting broken up now in society, in the way in which we thought things should be, and we always had it, or blah, blah, blah. It's all around the world. These things are in a chaotic state, so that we will let go of the old paradigm, which is disintegrating. It is no longer exists. This whole thing is gone. Why? Because we are ready to be in our God self energy. And this does not need a format. It does not need a construct. It is the eternal now moment and the connection to all that is. That's unity consciousness.
consistently creating at each moment,
Yes.
each moment. We're creating each moment. It's not a formula or a program or a condition for us to follow. It's up to us to create it ourselves.
The
And
old
just
paradigm, where it tells you, oh, if this happened, this, and this is societal's this, and this, and that, just let that go. It's anew. Everything's anew, starting anew right now, right now, right now, right now. That's it. So it's freeing, and it may be it's yeah.
And it's not something that, I mean, it's a concept that we'll need to remind ourselves and to learn with each moment as we go. But just if we try it for a little while, if we attempt to let go of what was and to create and to see what happens, give yourself like 2 or 3 hours in one afternoon and try and just,
Yeah.
work on focusing on what you want to create and just allowing what comes in to lead you,
Yeah.
and it's really very freeing, and the creative aspect of it, the ideas and the information that will come floating through is just so it's a beautiful experience and energy to be in. And just think, if we can do this for the rest of our lives, what how the world will be. So I just invite you to try it and to uh, maybe consider some of the concepts or some of the ideas or some of the points that we were trying to make. And it's hard to put
It's a
into
big
human words.
subject. It's very expansive. So, but I'm sure
Yeah.
you all understand what we're trying to say. And as a personal journey that you're on, realizing your heightened self-awareness and inner mastery, you already have all of it. Just where you're focusing is the only thing, that you might have to shift a little bit more. And that's it. You're clairvoyant, you're claircognizant, you're empathic, you're clairaudient. You're all these things. You were born that way. That's who you are as a divine source being. You're connected, you're telepathic, you're everything. You never weren't any of these things. You always were. And that's the real truth in this unity consciousness, in this heaven on earth, and that you are actually already. It was already written in your divine plan that you would be here now, living through this beautiful time. It's already done. We as Earth progresses is just catching up to what's already recorded, what we've already done. So
Yeah, I love that, Val. And it'll come in with ease.
it'll
If you
come
find something that you're struggling, it's a resistance, and allow the ease and choose the ease, and that'll be the flow.
I love it.
Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Yeah.
Choose
Well,
the ease.
thank you very much. I want to be respectful of Val's time, and thank you very much, Val. Val does offer many different classes, many different offerings and teachings, and more on her website. And your website is
dragonflycrystals.store.
that
Yeah.
store. Yeah. And I have her information in my show notes below, if anybody is interested. And I'm also offering a practice. It's a psychic study practice group, and it's starting in a couple of hours.
I'm
And this
so
afternoon is
excited.
the first
I
day.
saw that. Oh my goodness, that is going to be phenomenal. And I
Yep.
love that you're doing that and offering that, because that's going to really propel all of you who join in on that and collaborate and contribute to move, focusing on what you're doing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is just phenomenal. I
The
saw that.
opportunity to experience this for ourselves will
Yeah.
give us this awareness and catapult you forward in your spiritual development. And you're already there. And they've been bugging me to do this for quite some time. And I finally, found the format that I feel comfortable delivering this with. And it is what helped me in my own development was the practice, the consistency, the practice, the years, the trust, and the development that occurred in my experience really taught me. And we are taught by our loved ones and our spirit guides and angels. It comes through us, and this is how we learn and remember. It's not going to come from, well, you can read a book and stuff, but I'm just saying that it really does come through us, that we learn and just
You're the author of your life in that way. I mean, isn't that it? You're creating, you're the creator of everything that you're bringing forward. And you're steps to do that, like through Jean's class, is going to propel you tremendously. Because what is that doing? Walking through an open door, and so many more doors will open. This is saying to the universe, I am ready. Let's go. That's a beautiful thing.
And there's many, 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 many other groups out there that are doing the exact same thing as us. We're not the only ones here doing this. We're doing it simultaneously. All over the world, there are people doing this.
Love it.
So we're not alone. Thank you again, Val. Thank you very much. And thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate your support and your time. And we will see you again next time. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos.